Murder Drones is a recently released 3D animation about cute robots killing each other for reasons. His words, not mine. The pilot episode dropping like a week ago, I wanted to make a video about all the hidden secrets and Easter eggs and theorize a bit. So, if you haven't seen it yet, it's on YouTube and I will have it linked in the description. Give it a watch. It might be a bit cringe in some places, but honestly, we live in an era of cringe being dead, and it's a pretty good show so far. The voice acting is pretty stellar and the animation is solid as well. Before we get in, I just want to say that we may be overanalyzing some stuff and that there is definitely a rule of cool vibe, so not everything should be taken too seriously. Anyways. Right off the bat, you will see a sign with words on it as it pans over the mining rig, but it's too distorted to read. Liam Vicker, the writer, director, and designer of Murder Drones, has confirmed that the label reads Copper 9, the name of the planet. Maybe this was a copper mining plant of some sort?
J.C. Jensen in space. Yeah, we were mistreated in the name of Windex.
The parent company J.C. Jensen in Space is a reference to the real-life company S.C. Johnson, the manufacturer of Windex. So if you were confused about the Windex remark, there you go. Here we see the exoplanet Copper 9 going kaboom. Maybe to nuclear power. This might help explain why it's so cold and snowy, as the polar climate might be a product of a nuclear winter. You're probably wondering how these robots are reproducing. Earlier in the intro, we saw an assembly line for worker drones. After all, the people of Copper 9 died in the Great Yeeting. The worker drones messed with the machines to produce kids with the base neural network. When a mommy and a daddy worker drone really love each other and want a baby worker drone, they go and copy some of their code onto a USB and plug that sucker right into a machine to create the base network. The simple AI goes into a pill baby robot body, and it's all nurture and learning from there like it would be for a normal baby. This is what gives the worker drones a wide variety of personalities and why they have development phases after the humans died. After the AI baby reaches a certain point of maturity, it is then transferred to a full worker drone body. If you look at the sticky notes in her dad's room, you will notice his extreme obsession with doors. More importantly, however, is that this note that says he loves doors more than Uzi, his own child. This is a bit of foreshadowing for events that happen later on in the episode. Also in this scene, there's a photograph of Uzi and her family, specifically her dead mother. Some people theorize that her mother may have been a murder drone herself and that she looks the part in the photograph, but I personally don't see it. There's definitely more to this though, and we will likely see some more on her mom later, judging by a sarcastic response from Liam on his AMA.
The wrench I used to tighten bolts on my first door prototypes, and to put your mother out of her misery when the murder drones got to her with their nanite acid.
The color of the eyes change with moods, maybe something to do with personality or emotions, or maybe it's just the rule of cool like earlier. No idea on this one. This robot has the caution screen still on, unlike other dead worker drones who have either a blank screen or the fatal error message. This drone might still be alive, which is a bit morbid. Plot armor detected on Uzi when N aims at her.
Did you just slap me with that arm?
Here we see one of N's headlight bulb things go out and he can't see correctly anymore. This might represent the 5 senses, so the bulb going dark might indicate that one of his senses is malfunctioning.
Oof, stuck yourself? Just pop it in your mouth. Our saliva neutralizes the nanites. Otherwise, I'd be constantly disassembling myself.
Just interesting to note that nanites affect all drones, not just worker drones.
Sweet, I'm open to new things, I guess.
This is actually a pretty important detail that I will elaborate on later, but just take note that Uzi, a worker bot, took N's murder drone healing goo. Numbers show up here, 5, 1, 1, and I can't really make out the rest. No idea if this has any significance, to be honest.
Other than ingesting their warm, sweet oil to avoid overheating and dying?
Murder drones run super hot. So hot that they need to drink worker bots' oil to keep themselves from overheating. This inefficiency is intentional to make them seek out worker drones and then self-destruct when they complete their mission. Again, more on this later. After N gets banged in the head by J, his system reboots and his lights are all on again, meaning that his malfunctioning sense has been fixed. While N is rebooting, we see some pretty interesting details. His designation N and model number, but more importantly below that we see that absolute solver is being blocked by administrator SYN, or CYN. Is that an acronym? Are they an individual or a group? Also, absolute solver sounds very menacing. The card reader cries out from Uzi's mistreatment.
Fight me. Dad, get down!
So far, I've noticed that when murder drones are in pursuit or actively engaging in murder, they have a large X for eyes. Here, we see N has one eye, normal, and one X. Maybe this has something to do with N not actively being in pursuit but still being in an antagonistic mood, hence the normal eye and the X eye. Or maybe I'm reading too much into it.
Equity partners.
When Uzi disintegrates the upper half of Jay's body, she doesn't immediately regenerate. This means either the murder drone healing goo is stored in the torso so she can't heal anymore, or that she isn't dead and we'll be seeing more of her. Some have speculated that maybe only male murder drones can heal, but I don't think that's the case here.
I'd join you if the sun didn't kill me. Hope you're having important character growth or something, though.
When N refers to the sun killing him, it's probably to do with murder drones' cooling inefficiency and the sun causing them to overheat. This also plays into the theory that murder drones are vampires. They avoid sunlight, have huge issues with doors in people's homes, and can potentially infect others with their mouth. That sounds a lot like a vampire to me.
I hope they're sitting pretty there on Earth, because we're coming for them.
And yes, I did say infection. Uzi is glitching out here, and you can make an argument that it's because she was EMP'd earlier in the fight. But I think it's when N used his murderbot healing goo to heal Uzi, basically infecting her and turning her into either a low vampire bot like servant or thrall, or turning Uzi herself into a murderbot. There is also a really important bit of information here that goes by rather quickly. If you look closely when Uzi is freaking out, you can see a warning for tampering detected. Something about the AI core, another hard to read thing about self-destruction, and eerily, the absolute solver string changing from false to true. That's all the secrets and stuff I could find, but if you have any theories or secrets I missed, definitely put them down in the comments. I read them. I'll probably heart your comment or favorite it or whatever and respond. I can't wait to see more from Murder Drones, and definitely waiting for that next episode whenever we get it. Super excited.